Shalom, shalom. First off, I'd like to give all the praise and all the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect around the four corners of the earth that are making their calling and election sure. This your brother Yana Carr coming back at you again in the spirit with another lesson. Going into, we about to get out of captivity. We about to come into our power. We're about to be the true powers of the earth. And that's what these other nations and Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, don't want to happen. Because he don't want to lose his power. He don't want to lose his rulership in this wicked kingdom called Babylon the Great, aka America. And we see this place falling. We see it coming down. We see it ourselves getting closer and closer to the end of a captivity, the end of a hardcore, grueling captivity, a bitter captivity. Because you will go into the word America, it means bitter. All right, it means bitter, and this was a bitter, hardcore captivity. And we rejoicing because we see the prophecies come to pass. We see the signs of the times. We see the elders and the apostles and the Akim on the highways and byways all around the four corners of the earth pushing this word so that the end can come. Constantly going out, constantly waking up the hopeful elect. And we see brothers coming into this thing, and we see brothers saying that, hey, we Judah, surnaming themselves Israel. So we see this thing coming to an end. All right, it's like you in jail and you're about to hit that guard and say, pack it up. Okay, we're about to leave out of here in style. And the thing about it, we never ever gonna have to go into another captivity again. That's the beauty of this thing. Yahweh Shema Shah is gonna let us rule forever, right alongside King David and Yahweh Shah. It's gonna be beautiful. All right, that's what our people. They don't understand how important this message is, how important it is to be a Hebrew Israelite, because it comes with a heritage, all right, royalty. All right, we are royalty. And that's what these people don't want to tell you. That's what these other nations don't want you to know, because they want to keep you low. They want to tell you that you evolved from monkeys. All right, you were 3/5 of a human. You was Neanderthals. They want you to think that you was nothing. But Yahweh Shema Shah chose you to be the sons of God. All right? The apple of his eye. A people chosen and dear to him. And that's what this message is about. That's the gospel. That's the good news. And we out here to spread it around the four corners of the earth, to wake up you so-called blacks, you so-called Native Americans, you so-called Latinos to your heritage. All right? Bring you out of that darkness, making you remember who you are. All right? Because we already have that royal stigma, as far as the way we carry ourselves, the way we eat, the way we dress, the way we buy our clothes, our homes, our cars. Jake always had that royalness to him, But the Heavenly Father is about to really turn that spirit up. And we're going to be out here showing these other nations what it's like to really be in rulership. Because look what Esau Edom is doing in his rulership. All right, he's worrying about the so-called blacks, so-called Native Americans, so-called Latinos. He's really not enjoying his blessing. We're going to really enjoy our blessing. All right? Let me get a script. Nahum 1:9. What do ye imagine against Yahweh? He will make an utter end. Affliction shall not rise up the second time. You see, affliction shall not rise up the second time. We're never going to go into another captivity again. We're going to be on top. We're going to be balling. We're going to show these other nations what it's like to be a righteous ruler, what it's like to have clean air, clean water, food with nutritions in it. All right, we're gonna really show these people how you're supposed to govern the earth, how you're supposed to run this beautiful earth. and how to how to pass out the resources and use the elements the right way. Because right now Esau Edom is destroying the planet and himself and his people. Alright? It's an unfit ruler ruling right now. But we're about to go into a changing of the guard. Alright? And that righteous rulership is going to be on top again. Yahweh Shah, King David, and the 12 disciples and the 144,000 are about to be ruling. And everybody is going to rejoice. Everybody is going to usa in that time. Because right now everything is stressful. Everybody is depressed. Everybody is losing their minds. They are out here confused. Don't have no idea what is the truth and what is not. But Yahweh Shema Shai is going to make it clear here shortly, because then Yahweh Shema Shai is going to give that power to his men, and everybody's going to know who is the Lord's anointed. But it's just nice to know that you're never going to be able to worry about another nation or Esau Edom coming back into power again, ruling over you, putting you in captivity, trying to get world dominance. You're never going to have to worry about that again. That's precious right there. Okay? So once we get out of this captivity, that's it. It's over. Isaiah 45:17. But Israel shall be saved in Yahweh with an everlasting salvation. Yeah, ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. You see? Israel shall be saved, all right, in Yahweh. And it's going to be an everlasting salvation. It means it's never going to come to an end. We're going to be in our beautified state forever. We're never going to be a byword and a proverb anymore. We're never going to be the last ones hired, the first ones fired. We're never going to be the tail and not the head. Neither we're going to be the borrower and not the lender. No, man, we're going to be really ruling this earth. We're going to be on top. That's what these elites don't want to tell you. The Carl Schwabs, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, the Rothschilds. They don't want to tell you that you are the chosen of Yahweh Shema Shai. And they got all the records. Okay? They got all the records. They know who we are. They know we are the chosen people of Yahweh Shema Shai. And we trying to spread this message to our people, but they don't want to hear it because they so beat down. They're so stricken with bills and debt and working, that they can't receive this beautiful knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And it's going to be to their detriment. It's going to be to their fall. Because this is the message that you should have been gravitating to. This is the word that you could use to fight against the wiles of the devil. This is beautiful right here. And everybody is not giving out this message. Everybody is not giving you that 100% truth like Great Millstone. We out here week in and week out, constantly beating the pavement, constantly going out to the highways, the byways, and the hedges to tell our people this beautiful knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All right, and to warn them about the coming calamities. All right, Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, the third world's war, the second death. We out here warning our people, but 2/3 of our people are just going to be missile food. All right. They're going to be casualties of war. And somebody got to feel that lot. So we're not stressing about it. We're not upset about it because somebody got to feel that lot. We just hoping and praying that Yahweh Shema Shai deliver us, so that we're never ever going to have to worry about going into another captivity again, so that we're going to be the first ones into the kingdom of heaven, getting delivered out of this wicked kingdom in style. All right, leaving out in chariots made of gold. That's what we want. That's what we waiting for. All right. Romans 11 and 26. And so all Israel shall be saved. And that's a question that most people ask. How can all Israel be saved if 2/3 are going to be cut off and die? Because through the hope for elect, that 144,000, that 1/3, we're going to be having sex in the kingdom. And those other Israelites that didn't make it on that first go around, they're going to be brought back into the kingdom through the loins of that 144,000. Okay? That's how they're going to be saved. And they're going to be in that everlasting salvation. They're going to be in their right state of mind. They're going to understand that, hey, they went off here on this side. They didn't take heed to the message that Yahweh Shah sent by his messengers. And they're going to have that shame on them. But it's going to be okay, because everybody is going to be living wealthy in the kingdom of heaven. Nobody is going to go without. Nobody is going to be begging in the kingdom of heaven. Everybody is going to be on a high level. It's going to be beautiful. You know, you're going to have streets made of gold. That's going to cause that vibration to go up. All right, because gold is a conductor of electricity. So once you pave all the streets of gold, that vibration is going to be through the roof. All right, we're going to really show these other nations how to really put on. All right, because Jake love to stunt. Jake going to be out here stunting, and it's going to be beautiful to watch. Because look at Jake now. Jake is beat down through, looking like derelicts out here, begging for food, begging for money, hooked on drugs, hooked on alcohol. They woman not in their right state of mind. The kids not in order. All those things are going to be made right in the kingdom of heaven. Daniel 7 and 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. You see, the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom, all right, and possess the kingdom forever and ever. And who are the saints of the Most High? All right, let's get Psalms 149 and 14. I think it's 148 and 14. Yeah, 148 and 14. All right, Psalms 148 and 14. He also exalt the horn of his people. You see, exalt the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye Yahweh. You see, so the saints of the Most High should take the kingdom, and the saints are the elect of Israel. All right. And we're going to possess the kingdom forever and forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever. We're going to constantly be in that ruling class mentality. We never going to lose that power again. We never going to lose Yahweh B'Shem Shah, because we're not going to be sinning. Because the laws and the statutes and commandments are going to be written in our inward parts, so we can't go off. All right? You're going to take out that heart of stone and put in that heart of flesh. All right, and when you go into that word heart, it means your mind. Okay? Beautiful. All right, 2 Samuel 22 and 4. I will call on Yahweh, who is worthy to be praised, so shall I be saved from mine enemies. When the wave of death compassed me, and floods of ungodly men made me afraid, the sorrows of hell compassed me about, and snares of death prevented me. In my distress I called upon Yahweh and cried to my power, and he did hear my voice. Out of the temple and out of my cry did enter into his ears. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundation of heaven moved and shook, because he was wroth. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils, and the fire out of his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also and came down, and darkness was under his feet. All right, talking about that chariot, and that's what you're going to see. Yahweh shall come back riding upon that chariot, coming back to render his anger and vengeance. All right, with fire. Yahweh Shema Shah is not coming back playing games. He's not coming back like he came the first time. In that weak body. No, he's going to come in his glorified state with all the angels, all the holy hosts. All right, to bring this devil down, to show Yahweh a good fight, because it's going to be a great fight in the heavens. That's why the scriptures say there was war in heaven. That's when these other nations going to come together. The EU and NATO going to come together to fight against Yahweh Shah when he make his great return, riding upon that chariot to deliver the hopeful elect. Man, our big brother is about to come back and crack those clouds and deliver the hopeful elect, and we're going to be empowered. All right, never ever to go into another captivity again. Never ever to get our backs beat or get shot in the streets or get a foot on our neck. No, man, we're about to be on top. We're going to be the ones controlling the resources and controlling everything that moves on this earth, how it should have been. All right, before Adam went off. So we're going to get it right this time. We're going to hold out all the way to the end. We're not going to take the MOTB. All right. We're going to withstand all of this craziness that's going to be going on. And we're going to put our faith in Yahweh Shem Shah, because we got something far more greater coming to us. This is a light affliction right here on earth. Okay? This is a light affliction. We're looking for a new kingdom, a new earth, and a new heaven. Those new bodies. That's worth fighting for. A new body. Look at these decrepit bodies that get sick, that get bruised, that get beaten, that catch diseases and ailments. You're going to have a spiritual extraterrestrial body that doesn't get sick. All right? This is like something that you see on the movies when you watch vampire movies. You're going to have that super speed. You're going to have flying ability. You're going to have a healing ability. All right? You're not going to have to worry about these mortal thoughts anymore. Okay? Because we're going to be set on high again, the way it should have been. All right. Going back to Nahum 1:9. Nahum 1:9. What do you imagine against Yahweh? He will make an utter end. Affliction shall not rise up the second time. And I read that twice so you can really let that sit in, so it can really marinate in your body. We're never going to have to go into another affliction again. All right? We're never going to have to be beat down again or trodden down. Our land is not going to be taken away from us, and the heathen will not be in the land. Look at it. Look what's going on in the land now. You have heathen in the land eating kosher pig. All right? Shooting rockets and missiles at each other. All right? Destroying the land, destroying the temples. We're never going to have to worry about that again. That's beautiful. All right, that is beautiful. So with that, I'm going to end off by giving all the praise and all the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect around the four corners of the earth that are making their calling and election sure. Shalom.